It's showtime.
Hey, Carl. How you doing?
What's happening, boys?
It's almost showtime at the Magic Bag.
We're psyched to be coming to Detroit in just a couple of days. And you know what I found out?
What?
Apparently, the Celtics are playing at the Pistons on Saturday night.
Oh,
My buddy Vinny's a huge Celtics fan, and I've heard it's easy to get tickets to those games.
very easy.
Yeah, I think you can get one.
Yeah, I don't think you'll have any problem.
Good to know. Good to know.
If you're looking for a source, broker or something, I could hook you up there, but I think you'll end up paying more.
Yeah, no, I think we'll be fine. So you guys will never guess who reached out to me today who needs a ticket to the live show Friday night, right on cue, 3 days before the show.
Wait, someone here?
Yep.
Well, I know someone that reached out, but I don't know if it's the same one. Was it Matt Riley?
It wasn't Matt. No,
Okay.
I don't think he would reach out. I think he just show
Matt
up.
needs one.
No, he asked me to help. He asked me to get him in.
Yeah, and he asked me as
Just
the
show up.
backup to you to help get him in.
Keep him
because
out of
that's
the
how
green room.
He's
Hey,
built. That
ask
man has
Matt what kind of
redundancies.
pizza he wants in the green room. I got to order that.
Okay, who just asked?
Of course, Jim Bentley, and of course he says it's just because I forgot. It's not because I'm looking for a free ticket, Carl.
Oh, boy.
Oh, Jim.
I had friends that wanted to attend, and I made sure I got them locked up early. I knew these tickets were going to fly off the shelf.
Yeah, I should have probably bought 5 or 6 tickets, but I thought I'll
it's
end up
fine.
stuck with a couple because I'll just space out, forget I have them. But
It's
anyway,
fine. We'll get Jim in the show. He's part of the show.
Do we have to?
yeah, he was a little loud at the bar.
Exactly.
A couple shows
All right.
ago.
Hey, it's your guys' call. Fine with me.
We'll give him a break. Is he bringing Kate?
No, he said I asked him if he needs a +1. It's just he's going solo.
Okay. Yeah, Kate came last year, so. Well, interesting. I was really surprised to get the message from you about this person who is, I would describe as a reality TV star, and this is so commonplace now where people just think, oh, I said spit on that thing. I could have a podcast and make millions of dollars. Or, I mean, look at all the people who've just started podcasts and they have no idea what goes into hosting a program of any kind whatsoever. And they prove it over and over. In fact, I was watching Mario Bosco. He doesn't know how to start a show and he doesn't know how to end a show. And then remember, Tori Spelling had all those complaints where people said, "Why? I never know when the show's over. What's going on?" Because they'll just cut it off in mid-sentence or whenever they decide an hour's passed. It's the weirdest thing. So now we have someone who thinks, oh, stand-up comedy, that's easy. I can get rich doing that. And Carl, who is it that's decided that since the reality TV money has run out, and I think they've lost a lot of their money too, that stand-up comedy is where they will find their fortune?
None other than Vinny Guadagnino from the Jersey Shore, and that setup was perfect. Why don't we start with my clip number 14? This is him doing stand-up comedy. Now, he's got a podcast. We're going to talk about that. It's called Something Went Wrong with Vinny. But let's start with the stand-up because he starts off his set immediately with the Jersey Shore stuff, and he has all these Jersey Shore jokes.
Oh, God.
And then here's something topical for everyone.
Speaking of reality stars in trouble, I gotta say it, I gotta talk about it. I don't know if you saw the cover of the Post today, but someone from my show, Mike the Situation, is facing indictment for tax fraud charges up to $9 million. Okay? $9 million. He can be going away for a long time. He could be paying a penalty. Now, the first thing I did when I heard that news is I called my accountant and I was like, yo, we good? I was looking out the window and shit. I'm like, jail ain't for me. I got pretty ass eyebrows, okay? I'll get eaten alive.
Oh, God, you're not that hot.
Right
Don't worry
there.
about it.
And he points to his butthole. Great.
Yeah, it's a prison
Hilarious.
butt sex joke.
I've never heard
Pretty
that
good
one
stuff.
before.
Also, he seems to be telling us that he's really hot and desirable.
Yeah, well, he was a male stripper before he was a reality star.
Vinny was?
Yes, he was. He talks all about it. And now he's trying to get into comedy. So on this new show, he has guests like Mark Norman, Giannis Pappas, Chris Stefano,
What?
Sal Volcano. He's getting all the big names on the show to talk
Wait,
about comedy.
Those guys, Carl, those guys are available for Vinny from Jersey Shore show?
For now, I mean, he's up to episode 42. I'll tell you a little spoiler. This most recent episode, he did not have a big guest on.
Okay.
he had this guy, Mike Figs, who is a guy who used to hang around Compound Media, has done a lot of stuff with Chrissy Mayer. And so Mike Figs is also, from the tri-state area there. And
I'm just surprised Mark Normand would go on Vinny's podcast as a fellow comedian.
I mean, Vinny knows people in the business. He's got 75.5 thousand subs to his YouTube channel. He's building something here.
It was a big show.
Cabs
It was
here.
a big show.
Yeah, I guess I forgot how big the show was.
It was a big show, like, 15 years ago? Maybe 20? I don't even know.
The
Well,
reboot.
I see Snooki has a podcast, and it does okay, and that always surprises me, but people feel like they really know those people, and they think they're great hosts and stuff, so.
Vinny was like the most likable one because he was also the most boring one.
Yeah, I don't remember.
I don't think his show would be that exciting because he's just kind of boring.
I wouldn't have pegged any of them. I wouldn't have pegged any of them for. We have lots of drops, don't we? I would not have pegged any of them for stand-up comedy.
No, God,
but I'm open, Carl.
Except for maybe Ronnie.
Ronnie, asshole.
All right, let's start with my clip number 1 is the cold open into the intro that he has for his podcast, the most recent episode.
This is the equivalent if like I was in back of Gangnam Style on the sushi line and he's just like, hey, sexy sushi.
A bunch of error messages are coming up. He doesn't have a podcast, does he?
What's up, guys?
So the way that the intro starts off, so they have that cold open that's not even funny. Usually they find like a funny joke or something. You don't even know what they're talking about. Completely out of context.
By the way, it was a butt fuck joke, wasn't it? Again?
Well, no, I think it was Gangnam Style guy.
Yeah.
Thinking about sushi.
But he's not even the guy. Vinny's not the guy that did the punchline either, which you would think.
No, he just laughed a lot.
Yeah.
He's a team player.
So in the intro, it shows someone Googling his name.
Yeah.
So Vinny Guadagnino girlfriend, and then it backs up Vinny Guadagnino OnlyFans, and then it backs up Vinny Guadagnino podcast. Like you're supposed to be like, oh, people are probably like checking out his OnlyFans account or something. That must be what that means. I'm like, oh, now he's got a podcast. How amazing is that?
I don't know why. I'm still like, he was a male stripper? That just doesn't. So, like, the situation, I could see doing that.
Does
Are
he?
you finally going to get an OnlyFans account, Drew? Is that what I'm hearing right now?
So Vinny, he has an OnlyFans account. Is he? I mean, is he
I didn't
banging
look.
chicks?
I usually do a lot of research.
Okay.
That thing I didn't look into.
Brandon will
I'm
be.
on.
Wait,
I'm
so
on.
Vinny is beating off on OnlyFans? That's
Not
bizarre.
that I know of.
Well, or he's
a
nailing
stand-up
chicks.
Oh, it
comic,
could be
Drew.
nailing chicks. You're right. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Well,
Did you find anything?
I don't see it.
Nothing. Okay.
I don't
Good.
see an
Good,
OnlyFans.
thank God.
Maybe that was a joke.
I think it's a joke because I actually typed his name into Google to see what would come up for the recommendations. OnlyFans was not one of them. For some reason, his dad, was he big on the show? Because it's like his father shows up a lot.
Huh? No, not that I remember.
Don't remember that. No.
Okay. Well, my clip number 2, like I said, this is just a random episode. He doesn't have a big guest. And so this is how they start off the show, completely unprepared to start a show.
Sometimes I have like random episodes where we're just talking about and just kicking it, as opposed to like, this is the guest interview today. People liked our episode last time we did that.
Yeah, it was cool because we're just chilling. People like to feel like they're just chilling.
We're just chilling. We're like, Daddy, chill.
Daddy,
Daddy, chill.
chill, Daddy.
Yeah, it's real easy to do, too, because you don't have to put any effort into it.
Yeah, pretend you have something prepared. Why not go out there and be like, we got a great show today. Mike Figs is here with me. We're going to have a blast. We got a lot to talk about. So he's just like, hey, so there's no guest, and I guess we're just going to, like, shoot the shit? I don't know.
Yeah, you're that good at just ad-libbing everything. You couldn't have sat down with your guest for maybe a half hour and gone over a few good topics? I mean, at least some prep, just a little? I guess not.
It turns out he used to have a co-host on the show. Remember, we're 42 episodes in. He used to have a co-host who is already gone. He feels he needs to address this on my next clip.
Oh, great.
I would like to also address another thing. Obviously, Sienna was in all of my beginning episodes, and now she's not. I had like guests on the show in between, so I haven't really addressed it. I love Sienna, but she's really busy and she's kind of like just doing her own thing for the time being.
No, she's
I
not.
said that, anytime she wants to come kick it on the podcast, she's welcome to.
Kick it.
We're still friends.
thank
And,
God.
this kind of podcast thing is just like a growing experience. The format is kind of changing.
Oh, we're guinea pigs.
I don't know. I pay for this whole thing on my own, so I don't ever know what the I'm doing week to week. It just somehow keeps on staying alive. We got ads now, so I'm keeping it alive as much as I can. Mike Figs is here, and he comes to chill and kick it whenever he can. So hopefully, Mike
Will be my co-host.
What a horrible way to start a podcast. Completely unsure of how he was going to start that, what he was going to say.
Oh boy, I got the impression of the reason they didn't prep was because it didn't want to affect the chill, the looseness of it.
That was very chill. We're going to find out later on. I have another episode with a bigger guest you're going to be very excited about. And we're going to find out what his approach to podcasting is.
Oh, cool.
Oh, cool.
That's great.
Yeah.
Hey, I got to ask you something because I heard where he bleeped fuck or shit or whatever.
Yeah.
You sent me the video of the woman sitting in the back of the Uber who got in the fight over eating Doritos.
Yes.
I love that video so much. A lot of people do. There were 2 points in that video where there was a bleep when she said, "I'm a grown ass." Was she saying "I'm a grown ass" N-word?
I would guess, yeah.
Well, she was swearing. We heard her swear. I don't know what else they would.
I just thought that was funny that she would call herself a grown ass N-word
So you trying
twice.
to tell me and my child gotta walk home?
It is. There was an interesting dynamic there because I'm pretty sure the driver, like you can't really see the driver. The driver's a black woman too, right?
Yeah, oh,
I
yeah.
think so, yes.
Yeah, because any white person is just going, yeah, eat the Dorito. That's fine. Absolutely. How fast do you want to get there? I'll step on it, whatever you need.
But do people say "I'm a grown ass N-word"?
I've never heard that before.
I say it all the time.
Do you? Okay. No, you do. That's right.
What are you
Mark
talking
will
about?
text that to me,
Come
but-
on.
It struck me funny. I wished it wasn't bleeped. I mean, she can say that.
I ain't getting that.
Although it could have been one of those things that Jimmy Kimmel used to do where they censor things in awkward spots to make it sound like it's more ridiculous than it is.
That's true.
I don't know.
I just couldn't
That
figure
is
out
a weird phrase.
What else would they bleep? I just thought she was saying "I'm a grown ass woman," or it just seemed odd that they would need to bleep that word. And then I just thought, oh, she said, that.
I ain't got time for it.
No, she didn't. I wonder how that walk home was. I'd love to put a GoPro on her.
Oh, she's still walking. I told you that she's not walking home.
I mean, wouldn't she be the greatest IRL streamer?
Come on, son.
This is what I don't understand about that whole scenario is why wouldn't you just get another Uber from wherever you got dropped off at?
Yeah.
Probably did.
Yeah.
I think they were close.
I don't think so. Not judging by her son's reaction.
Yeah, the son seemed pretty upset about it.
She didn't seem nervous, so I think she was planning on another Uber.
Well, she's not nervous. She's already got food. The son didn't have Doritos. Probably starving.
Yeah, there's no sharing.
And she
No
was
sharing
eating
that bag.
She was eating the Doritos a lot more aggressively after she was told not to.
Yeah, and flicking the Dorito dust
Yeah.
all over the back there. I'm not going to make a mess, and she's just flicking it all over.
Yep. Even after she told her to stop eating, she was still doing it.
Well, look, she eats
yeah.
the first chip and then closes the bag, and then the driver asks her not to eat, and so she opens the bag up and
Brings
eat
it
more.
right out.
She's looking for a confrontation.
Mark, you had a good question too, because she was saying, "You got paid," and then she said, "No, I did not get paid." And she said, "Well, didn't hit my card yet." And it's like, wait a second, don't you pay at the end of the ride?
That's what I thought.
Why would it hit her card?
I don't know.
She didn't know what she was talking about.
She didn't know what she was talking about. You do agree to a payment before the car picks you up. I don't know when it goes through. You can always put on more money afterwards with a tip, but I don't know how that works.
But it doesn't directly pull from your account until you're dropped off and they hit
Because
the
of the
button.
tip aspect.
Hit my card yet?
She
I
was
think
great.
she wanted her to pull out cash and be like, all right, what are you, 21? Like, count out like Bob Barker.
Don't touch me again. I will.
I will.
Don't be eating no chips in my car, but I got the chips all in a bag and everything. And she worried about what I'm eating in a bag. I ain't dropping it on her floor.
I love that she keeps that phone call going too. Immediately tattles on the Uber driver to her phone call really loud.
I will.
It's classic. Thank you for that, Carl.
So this Sienna girl who left the show, apparently,
Oh, was he nailing her?
I don't know. She's a very attractive.
Yeah,
so
she's,
she's a comic.
she's hot.
Yeah.
I went to her Instagram. I watched a bunch of her videos. They were actually very funny. She was just a skank fest So she's got some shit going on. She probably doesn't need to be held down by Vinny.
Okay, because this is terrible. I assume that she was latching onto his Jersey Shore fame to maybe start getting into podcasting. But if she had her own career, yeah, I could see her not wanting to be part of that crap.
She's got like what? I can't remember how many people she has following her on Instagram, but it's a lot. And she's very attractive. I'd give her about an 8.5.
Yeah, 311,000 followers. So she's on a good run.
Yeah, and Vinny's single. I would think he'd be trying to nail her. Maybe she got sick of him trying to nail her and left. And then he didn't say anything because he didn't want to say anything. And then he just said what he said, which is probably bullshit, no matter what it is.
Probably nailing her. Come on.
Maybe. Yeah, I guess so.
I would.
Maybe I underestimated him.
Yeah, same here. So Vinny's talking about he was at Madison Square Garden before a Knicks game, and he meets the Costco guys. You guys familiar with the Costco guys?
No,
and I love Costco. So who are the Costco guys?
All right. So this is a father and son team that's gotten very big from TikTok, and now they have a Twitch channel. And their catchphrase is "boom," and they talk about the food they're going to get at Costco. The boom, and then they eat the food.
Okay.
It's this. I'm surprised you guys are not familiar with this. It's a whole phenomenon that's going on.
AJ and Big Justice. I've seen these guys, but I didn't know what they were doing. Now I know.
Boom.
So he's talking about meeting these guys before the Knicks game at Madison Square Garden, and there's just a really dumb thing said here, and no one corrects anyone on it.
Right in front of me was Big Justice.
Double chunk chocolate cookie.
Big Justice is the son, I think.
Oh,
but
the chicken bake. I want to try the chicken bake. No, you got to get the double chunk chocolate cookie. I can't wait till the bodies show up. Like this kid, like this kid is gonna grow up to be the next Melendez brothers. Like, like he's gonna. This
Melendez brothers.
I mean, obviously that I picked up on that right away. I'm like, wait a second, it's not Melendez. That's Stuttering John. The Melendez brothers is what you meant.
I feel like a moron for not knowing the Costco guys now. I mean, they know them inside out.
There's too many people to know anymore.
But that guy was impersonating both of them.
Oh, yeah, no, they're huge. And I've been trying to do their podcast, but they're on Twitch, and Twitch is the most frustrating platform in the world. So I'll go on to find their latest episode, and it's gone. I think you have to pay for it or something in order to hear it. Huh. So they're very annoying.
Why would you be on Twitch and not all the usual places like, iTunes and Apple and
Twitch pays more.
Ask Eric Zane that. Eric Zane's on Twitch for some reason.
Is he?
I think Twitch pays a lot more per subscriber than say YouTube. I want to say it's like 30% or I don't know.
Well, you actually, if you want to watch stuff on Twitch, I think you have to pay money. So it is more lucrative.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. So if you put your podcast in the usual places, then you spoil the business getting paid because no one will pay.
It's like what we talk about all the time, Drew, with behind the paywall versus larger audience.
Okay.
And some people like to be behind the paywall and make that money. Other people would rather just have it out there for as many people as possible.
And the Costco guys, obviously, people would pay gladly to see the Costco guys. They're that funny.
I guess. I mean, they just started this thing up a couple months ago, so I don't know what the show is about. I just know that their TikToks are ridiculous.
In what way?
Well, because, so I guess the father has been trying to get famous. He's like a ex-professional wrestler, but like amateur professional wrestler. And he's been trying to get famous any way possible on social media for years or possibly decades. And now he finally got his son involved in this Costco guy's gimmick thing, and it finally caught on. And they're just so obnoxious and over the top.
Are they funny?
No.
Okay. Yeah, that was funny. When you said over the top, I wasn't sure what that meant.
Funny to laugh at.
Okay.
All right. So moving on, apparently Vinny had a little bit of a foot injury. He was playing some basketball and he got a foot injury. And so he went to the podiatrist and he's going to show the procedure that was done to Mike Figs from his phone on his podcast.
Oh, that's okay.
Great.
And then, he did the procedure. He stabbed me with numbing cream.
Okay.
Which hurt like fuck.
You recorded it?
I recorded the thing. So
no.
So this is him draining the blood
no.
I wish I could
in my
see it.
toe.
That's horrible.
Yeah, it's like some Dr. Pimple Popper shit.
But it's people who are listening It's the most painful part. It's in the middle of the toenail.
Yeah. So
Are you kidding me?
I'm probably gonna show this as a clip, but
Yeah, you got to show this as a clip.
Why
This
not
is-
now?
well, I feel like the feet fetish people are
You
gonna
got nice feet, brother.
Thank you. I feel like they're gonna get like a double whammy
Pause.
on this.
They're gonna get a big double whammy. I got a little whammy right now.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
They're
You got
gonna,
nice feet.
They're gonna stroke it because they got not only do they get the foot itself,
Yeah.
but they get the pimple popping, like
Yeah.
some weird shit happening
Oh.
with it. You know what I mean?
Except we just can't see it.
No.
So this guy just had blood drained from his big toe, and his first thought is, everyone's gonna be jerking off to this. Why is that a turn on for anyone? It's like, yeah, it's got all the things, the blood, my foot.
gross.
Gross. I don't like any of that.
Do foot fetish people get off on when there's blood and pus coming out of the foot too?
Ew.
Are there foot fetish people for men feet? I'm not
Oh,
sure.
there's probably fetishes for
Yeah, there
everything
are.
now that I think
There's
about it. So
gay-
yeah.
In the gay world, yes.
But not your thing, Mark, because I like
well,
boobs. I like boobs, but I don't want to see no like pus coming out of them.
Probably
You don't?
there's probably a Venn diagram of people that get off on feet and people that get off on pus.
Is the spraying people with your tits, is that a big thing? Because I remember Mike Clark showed it to me
Huge.
one day and it was like, oh my God, I couldn't believe what I was watching.
There's a genre for that, yes.
You talking about like when there's milk?
Squirters,
yeah.
yeah.
You know who's really into that is Opie. Opie talks about that fetish all the time.
Really?
His buddy Matt at the bar at Gebhardt's, they just had a kid. And so the wife's breastfeeding, and Opie's always being creepy about that. Like, oh, bring her over here.
Gross.
60 years old and he gets off on, okay, whatever.
It's not my thing. I didn't realize it, and I was making fun of it. And I got a bunch of notes from people saying, no, this is a thing people are into.
Yeah.
You know, basically, I'm into.
Yeah,
That's
don't
what
how
they're saying.
dare you kink shame something
right.
so normal.
This is like with Mike, it was probably 15 years ago, and this is how naive I was then. I was stunned that people actually got off on watching a woman spray somebody with her tits. And by the way, it was all in this guy's hair and stuff. It's just bizarre. Oh, it was gross.
I mean, at least put it in my cereal, so it's.
Yeah, you're wasting it.
Well, I also, my first thought was, wait, isn't she making her boobs smaller? I don't know if this is a good idea.
All right. Well, since we're talking about like hot chicks and everyone's getting all horned up right now,
Yeah.
my clip number 6, they're going to talk about a chick who's looking phenomenal.
We have a good story,
Yeah.
a positive story about
do.
someone that used to be a little bit heavier and now is looking phenomenal.
Yeah.
And for everyone that says like, oh, she looked phenomenal before.
Don't say
look,
Lizzo.
Always a beautiful person, but I do promote a healthy lifestyle.
Yeah.
And I think that we should congratulate that. Let's look at Lizzo.
Look at Lizzo.
T sent this to us.
Looking solid. Look at that. I mean,
I would not know this is Lizzo.
very.
I would be
Really?
like, this is just some girl from London that I follow.
Yeah, she does have like a London vibe.
Some plus, because I didn't even know, like her face is getting prettier.
Yeah, she has a very pretty face, but definitely is getting.
She's not a
toned.
slob.
She's got some nice yiddies on her.
Nice yiddies.
Nice yids, and she knows how to dress. She knows how to work those curves. Pow! And if
Yeah.
she hits you with that, I mean, come on. She's always had sex appeal.
What? What the hell are you talking about?
Come on.
She's wearing a sweatsuit. Mike Face is going, she knows how to dress, man. She showed off those curves.
She's always had
That's what-
sex appeal.
She's the worst dresser. She weighed like 500 pounds and she was wearing assless pants to a Lakers game.
Why was that London vibes, by the way?
They're just looking for stuff to say. That was such a ridiculous segment right there. Like, guys, I know everyone says Lizzo's always been hot. I think she's more attractive now, but don't shoot the messenger. I'm
Oh
just
my
telling you.
God.
No, that's ludicrous.
so fat.
People said that because they were body positive, but I didn't expect Vinny from Jersey Shore to be one of those guys, one of those asses.
Yeah, that right there makes the show unlistenable for me. People have to
Yeah.
pretend that Lizzo's hot. I'm like, okay, I'm out.
No, I don't trust them anymore at all.
Right.
And the fact that they would agree with each other on it, too, makes it even more outrageous.
When I see a lady like that, I definitely think London vibes. Just like that Doritos lady. I thought London vibes when I saw her, right?
Wait, hold on. I got some breaking news. Lizzo has just OD'd on Ozempic.
I think that's probably true.
How much Ozempic? I mean, that's a lot of weight
All of it.
less. I mean, not that I'm saying she looks red hot or anything. She looks better, but she's lost a lot of weight. That's got to be Ozempic. Has to be, right?
Sure.
My buddy Vinny Paulino will be at the live show at the Magic Bag this Friday. He has done an amazing job. He's lost like 60 pounds or more.
Yeah.
He goes running every day. He's getting fit. And he has in his stand-up set, he has this thing about like, of course, I chose to lose weight right around the time that Ozempic came out, and no one thinks I'm doing it the right way. Not fair.
Oh, good for Vinny.
All right, so let's skip to another guest that we all know. It's an earlier episode of the podcast. Got a different look, a different set. It's got Sienna, the co-host, and this is what I'm talking about when Vinny does a podcast a little differently than maybe you and I do, Drew.
Drunk Aunt Sofia.
What else about me screams? Actually, I'm gonna let you guys start your show.
We started.
Yeah,
I don't do any intro.
No,
I don't
let's
care. It's
go right
mad
into
informal.
it.
Like
I
4
like
people
that.
watch this. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. Okay, that's great.
Like millions watch the clips though.
Yeah.
I'm trying to build the YouTube.
Oh, Sophia with an F.
Oh my God.
Sophia Franklin is here. I bet you guys got some drops ready for this. We're gonna hear some vocal fry.
Oh Lord, is she the worst?
I can't believe she actually is someone would want as a guest.
Oh, you got
Really?
Sophia on the show. Come on.
She's got the worst vocal fry ever.
Whatever.
Got another one? Play it again.
The whatever.
Whatever.
I'm amazed she still has audience. She has dropped like a rock since she split with Alex.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, Alex is interviewing the vice president of the United States, and she's talking to Vinny from the pulp from
Yeah.
Joker.
No, it's like the podcast version of Wham.
There was just there was just a massive article on Alex Cooper, I think in the Hollywood Reporter. So I mean, it's huge. She's on the cover of
Yeah,
it.
she's coming for Rogan.
And in there, she mentions that, well, I've always been making content since I was 5. I'm like, that's not making content. What are you
Oh my gosh, it's funny you say that. I don't have this clip because this isn't about Sophia, but they talk about Sophia's journey in podcasting. She's like, well, I've been doing it for 20 years. Like, what? What are you talking about?
Also, she built the audience by talking about sucking and fucking dudes. Mm-hmm. So no one seems to talk about that when she's interviewing Kamala Harris. They just go, "Oh, successful podcaster." I mean, it's like it's erased from her. Not that I want to call her out or anything, but
That's the same thing Oprah did, right? I mean, Oprah made her way with a lot of crap TV, and then she became this helpful person. Remember, she used to always have like Springer style type shows.
Like Maury.
and her ratings suffered when she did.
Oh yeah.
Some people know a lot about MMA and hallucinogenics, and other people know about how to get cum in their eye.
Or milk.
We're all just podcasters. All right, so they're talking about, you just heard him say, we only have 4 viewers on this show, so it's very laid back. I don't do an intro. I don't care. It's all about the clips. The clips get millions of views, according to Vinny.
Is that true?
Well, I guess across all of his social media, apparently, I'm sure if you add up all the videos over time.
TikToks and Instagram Reels and YouTube Shorts, all that stuff.
Right. So then the question is about, okay, so do you have a video guide? Because these are 2 content creators talking about how you content create. And this is an interesting clip. Vinny has a little conspiracy going here.
You have like a video person? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Got a video person, but my audience is just predominantly on Instagram.
Okay. Not TikTok?
TikTok, yeah. But
You're not using your personal.
Yeah, but my clips, they're like shadow banning the podcast. Like, I could literally say the alphabet on TikTok and it'll go viral. But if I post a clip from the podcast, it'll get like 20,000 views, like nothing.
Really?
So according to this, there's a conspiracy by TikTok and Instagram to keep his podcast down. It's not because those clips are boring and no one cares.
No, podcasting's pretty competitive, Vinny, and that show really has been pretty sporadic the last 15 years. They've had a couple vacation editions. I mean, how much in the way of legs does the Jersey Shore have? Doesn't seem like it's about to give out, or should be. Are they that good?
Well, it was interesting when he said he's putting up his own money for this podcast, and you've seen he's already gone through 2 different sets now, and he's got a team of people over there. So is he just burning through whatever he made from MTV?
Celebrity net worth puts him at $3 to $5 million.
Okay, that could go away. That's the amount of money that you got to be careful with.
What did he do when Jersey Shore faded out initially before they did the vacation editions and he had to find a second career?
There were some spin-off shows. There was a couple spin-off ones that he was a part of. But other than that, I don't know. I do know that DJ, Pauly D has made a fortune as a DJ. So he's made a ton of money.
Yeah, he and Pauly D had a couple of shows.
I'm sure he had a cameo.
They're boys.
He probably had
a cameo account.
Well, I'm going to check right now.
Well, now that he's doing a podcast, he knows what the format should be. He's doing a really good job. This is my clip number 9.
Okay.
You know, because I'm on like my mainstream shit, but then like I'm over here talking about like, you know, eating ass and everything. And
Are you?
Yeah.
I didn't know you were vulgar like that.
I try not to be, but it always turns into sex.
Really?
Always, yeah.
Interesting,
Yeah.
but
Whose pod should we talk about sex more, mine or yours? No, you're like mainstream now. You're corny.
Excuse me. I will talk about whatever. Ask me whatever.
Same.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
She says really 5 or 6 times. That's why I wanted to let people know that wasn't a drop just now. That was from the show.
Why would anyone shadow ban Vinny? That doesn't make any sense. He doesn't talk about politics at all.
There's a conspiracy to keep his podcast down. What aren't you understanding about this, Drew?
I see. So they want him to succeed on TikTok, but not podcasting.
If he's saying the alphabet, he'll get millions of views. But if he's interviewing Sofia with an F, 20,000.
Generally, when I hear someone say they're shadow banned, it means they aren't getting much audience. That's how I view it.
I'm technically shadow banned on Twitter. If you try to look for my Twitter account, if you're not following me, you will not find it. It's weird.
Why would that be?
I don't know. I probably said nasty things to people over the years.
You made too many enemies?
Probably. I don't know. I thought Eli would bail me out. I didn't realize.
Maybe here's my theory. Maybe you're blocked or muted by so many people that the algorithms are like, all right, this guy's doing something.
No, I honestly, I don't fuck with people on social media. I have a podcast for that.
But that's not what I'm saying.
Very tame. So I'm not blocked. I don't have blocked by a lot of people.
I'm sure that there's a lot of fans of podcasts that you roasted and hosts of podcasts you roasted who have blocked or muted you.
That's true. I got, like I told you guys before, I got blocked by Woke Dad on TikTok. I've never even interacted with the guy.
Damn.
So yeah, you're right.
Wow, he's tough, that Woke Dad.
That's very, very possible.
He's a badass.
Drew, this next clip, I actually have a question for you about this because Sofia was talking about when she first moved to New York, she was trying to date this surgeon. And she was like, I was young and dumb. And I thought this guy would like me. But now I've learned the error of my ways. And she talks about how she's not really into doctors anymore. And she explains why in my clip number 10.
No, actually, I don't like surgeons or doctors.
No? Why not?
Because they have like a God complex.
They don't believe in God, most of them.
But they still have the complex where they
She doesn't know what that meant.
Sienna's like, no, God complex. They're not even Christians. That's not what that means. So, Drew, I know your brother's a doctor. Does he have a God complex?
No, he does not.
Neither does Dr. Steve. We got to find some more arrogant doctors, I think.
No, I think there are doctors who are probably very cocky, and there are a lot of nurses that don't like doctors because they have shitty handwriting and they take advantage of their assistants sometimes. But I don't think it's a general rule. You can't say that.
I could see ER doctors having a God complex. I couldn't.
They have a God.
Because of George Clooney, is that why? Mark?
No, just because you're saving lives that were going to die if they didn't come into the ER.
So she's dated so many surgeons and doctors that she knows they have a God complex.
Yeah.
God complex.
Well, not only that, Vinny can relate to this. You guys familiar with the app Raya?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
So apparently Vinny's on that.
What's the app Raya? What's it?
You know it.
That's the Matthew Perry app where the famous people date hot chicks.
Oh, Raya. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Got it.
Check this out. Clip 11.
The crazy thing about me is that whenever I pass a lawyer or a doctor on Raya, she always liked me already.
Oh. Really?
Yeah, all the time. Because you know what it is? Like, they're so clean cut and regimented. A reality star stripper from Jersey Shore is like the opposite. I'm like their dirty little secret.
Yeah,
It's like a fetish.
Yeah.
I'm like their fetish.
Really?
Wait, really? I'm having a hard time believing that, Carl.
Yeah, you don't think that there's
It's
a lot of
bullshit.
lawyers and doctors on Raya who are trying to fuck
Vinny?
From,
No.
I keep saying Pauly Shore, Jersey Shore. I don't know why I have that in my head.
I can't imagine a lot of them being on Raya. Doctors and lawyers.
I would think that
no.
A, they don't have a problem meeting people.
Yeah.
And B, they're busy.
Yeah.
No, the idea of Vinny from
Saving
Jersey
lives.
Shore being on Raya is very odd to me. I never would have pictured that.
Oh, I could see that because he just wants to nail chicks. I totally get that, but they're not going to be of the doctor lawyer variety.
No, but Raya, that's for wealthy people or celebrities, right?
Celebrities,
Yeah, people like
Celebrity
us,
men.
right.
But he's like he's a D-list guy, isn't he? Am I under?
I caught it, Carl.
Am I overly underwhelmed by Jersey Shore?
Yeah, you are.
Yes,
They're
I am.
huge.
Okay,
This show was
sorry.
huge for like 3 years.
It was a huge show. I never watched it. All my friends at work watched it, though, so I heard about it all the time.
No, I watched it, and they were dopey funny. I agree, but when it was over, it was time for it to be over, and I was kind of surprised the Vacation Edition did so well. But I mean, for the most part, like Ronnie, he's a chick beater, right?
Yeah, now he is. Yeah.
The situation went into porn, tried to defraud the government out of taxes.
Time in prison. Yeah.
And then Vinny and Pauly were like good guys, but I didn't know Vinny was such a heartthrob.
Well, you got to also understand Raya, where Raya has a bunch of famous dudes, and sure, there's famous chicks on there, but they let all the hot chicks on there. You don't have to be famous to be a hot chick.
Yeah.
Right.
It's just guys. Yeah.
Okay, thanks, Mr. Raya. Governor Raya.
I'm not on a lot of that.
No, I guess I didn't understand that. I really didn't.
What happens in this next clip is interesting because it seems like it happened in your studio just now, too. A light goes out next to Vinny, and it's a light that's on the floor. It's just meant to light up the background behind him. Yeah. And so he points it out, and an assistant comes over to fix this, and then they're not sure if they're still doing a podcast or not.
Listen, drunk aunt. we totally profiled each other.
He's
It's so
literally
great.
a sex addict.
Wait, hold
Yeah.
on. I don't know if this is gonna. Should we keep going, or I don't know if T is doing her engineering thing.
Oh my lord.
Sophia, you're so fun.
You are. She's so
Am I?
fun.
Yeah.
Where were you before this?
At my apartment, freaking the fuck out, like we need to get out of here. And you never got your food. Are you starving? Are you
told
sure?
you don't feed her.
Take my phone and order something.
All of this should have been edited out of the show. She's talking to someone off camera. There's someone walking through the camera shot. He's like, are we doing this right now? None of it was edited out.
I was watching, what's his name, Mario
Mario Bosco.
Mario Bosco. And there's one point where the camera's on, and the guest who's sitting next to the camera just leans his head into the shot, and it's in the final video.
Even though there's 3 other cameras they could have moved to easily. Yeah.
Oh, it's a multi-camera thing. I'm amazed that Vinny, I mean, he's that into lighting. They've got lower lighting. He's got an engineer. He's got a video guy. He's got a producer. I mean, that is a lot of money.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. And this is his old set, which looks fine to me. I don't know why he needed the new set that he has now. We're only 42 episodes in.
Did you look up the podcast to see how it does?
Yeah, the episodes get like 15,000 views, 20,000, depending on the guest, of course.
Not bad.
That's not bad. Is it growing or shrinking?
That I couldn't tell you. The guests seem like they're not doing as well as for when he started.
Okay. They're shrinking.
Like I would say, if you're looking at guests on the show, because I was looking through the rundown, like one of them was Karen Feehan. You probably don't know who that is. I did a show with her back then. She hates me. I don't like her either. But she's a comic who goes on Jim and Sam a lot and stuff. I would say that Sofia with an F is a top tier guest for this show.
Oh boy. Yeah, if he's going to rely on guests, he's never going to get the best guests. He's never going to win that battle.
He did have the situation on. I didn't pull that episode.
Probably multiple times.
All right, my last clip for this, clip number 13. This is just what you'd expect from these 3 podcasting together.
Wait, I thought that was like your girlfriend or something.
If I'm posting a girl,
she's hot.
then I'm not going to be dating her. Which one? Who?
Oh, Monica.
I post a new girl every day.
Yeah.
But there'll never be ones that I talk to, like for real.
Same. I don't do that either.
Yeah.
But
Are you dating anyone?
Does everyone have? I swear to God, all 3 of us have ADHD.
Oh no, this is the worst podcast. No.
I actually love podcasts that are like this.
Me too. That's why I do it. But the audience doesn't get it. They're like, "What are you guys talking about?" Yeah, I don't care. I'm not going to change for them. They could.
No, the
They could come to
audience
me.
would wait. I mean, this is flowing.
Yeah.
Jesus.
So many dumb things were said just there. Where he goes, the audience has no idea what's going on right now, but I don't care. I'm not going to change for them. You're not going to change for the audience? No. That's the one group of people you should change for, I would imagine.
I don't think it's flowing when 3 people are talking at once for more than 10 seconds.
About different topics.
Yeah, I don't think that's flowing.
No. And they go on after that to say, like, no, this is great. It's like we're just having dinner. We're all just shooting the shit. I'm like, well, that's not a show. Just FYI.
No, I thought that's what he was doing in the other show you showed. They were just chilling.
Right. They were chilling, and this was the also relaxed show, but the interview with the big celebrity show where it's also just anything goes.
Okay. Somehow his interview with Sofia with an F turned into just chilling with Sofia with an F.
Probably the best thing he's at is just chilling. That's what he's good at.
Okay. Well, I'm excited. That was great, by the way. I thought you were talking about the situation when you said one of the Jersey Shore people. I was just thinking it had to be him. But no, it's Vinny. I don't think it's going to work out, but I was really psyched to get through that because I had asked you. We have not been updated on Stut Joe in quite a while on the show.
Yeah, and I actually watched his show today, and I have some clips for us.
Yes!
So this is going to be quite the update. It just ended just a few moments ago.
Is there anything we need to know as far as... Okay.
There's a few things you need to know. First off, John is leaving the Dabbleverse. He has a job offer, 6 figures. It's more money than he makes now. And so we're all going to be sad and sorry because he's going to leave to start this new job.
I'm a little skeptical about that.
Me too. He said it before. The other thing
Mostly the 6 figures part.
The other thing is that on the Uncle Rico show, on Shuli's show, Shuli claims to have some inside knowledge, some moles in John's inner circle. And he goes, I actually know what John's up to. And I don't know if this is the main thing John's talking about, but one of the things John's talking about where he's got big things in the works. And Shuli says he's actually starting a comedy club, the Stuttering John Comedy Club. And the person who's going to fund it is that doctor from the urgent care that he met who owns his own airport.
God. Right on.
John claims he knows a doctor who's a big fan of his, who owns his own airport, and then he corrected himself. He's like, well, he's got like 2 airplanes at his house.
So he's going to pay Stuttering John for the use of his name.
Yeah. So then John will be running the Stuttering John Comedy Club.
Oh my God! Can
you imagine?
He's going to headline every night.
He said he won't be doing comedy. He'll just be booking it because he's got the huge network of friends.
Oh, wait, but he's a headliner. Why wouldn't he jump up there and do comedy himself?
A huge network of friends. This is a guy begging people to hang out with him. He does not have friends, and I think he's burned many a bridge in the comedy world. There's no way he would be able to get anybody to come there. He's probably expecting everybody I've ever met from Jay Leno, every comic Leno ever had. I'm going to get them. I'm going to get Audie. Audie's going to get back on the road.
All the guys from the Stuttering John and Friends tour, like Jim Norton and Jim Florentine and Modi. He's got
Scott the engineer.
And of course, a million female comics that he can also hit on.
Oh my God.
This would be such a disaster. I want it to come true. I want him to start a comedy club.
I want him to too, but I hate for him to leave the Dabbleverse. So what would a guy like that get paid? That would be a 6-figure job?
So I think it's 2 different things. He says he's had actual job interviews. So I think there's a whole other thing he's doing, and then he's got the comedy club that he's also going to be working on in the meantime. But he's leaving the Dabbleverse. Any day now, he's going to be off the internet.
Oh, no. So that's the end of you, Carl.
Oh, yeah, you're done. You're finished.
I'm done. So I'm excited to come to the Magic Bag, probably my farewell show. It'll be fun. But the other funny part about this is that he's been claiming this for the last week, that he's going to leave any time now, and what's Shuli going to do? But he's also blocking people in the chat nonstop.
What?
So if you're leaving, why do you care if people are... and people are just like writing L for loser.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. It's a big trend where it just goes L, 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 L.
Really?
I don't care. You guys are doing it. It's so stupid. It's so dumb. It's so dumb.
Yeah, no, Brandon, you're exactly right. He goes, I don't care. And then at the same time, blocked. It's like, you don't care, ignore it. Why are you blocking people?
The funny thing about John is, obviously he wants to leave the Dabbleverse, not because he wants to leave, he wants to starve you guys into death. He wants you guys to go, oh, please, John, we can't survive without you. But the problem is that there's always like a year and a half of material that you can always dig up on him to use to keep going in the meantime. I mean, if you had to.
Well, not only that. No, Shuli does a show dedicated just to Stuttering John, the Uncle Rico show. They do other shows too. They do the BS show and other things. For WATP, it's, I don't know, maybe 20% of an episode of our show that we're talking about Stuttering John. So
But
there's other things to talk about.
But he still has a lot of old episodes of Richard Ojeda and idiots like that. Well, no, he's not an idiot, but I mean, people that you've never really gotten in, that you've never really spent that much time on. If you want to just keep him alive in your show for, the occasional few clips, it wouldn't be that hard.
Drew, I'm doing a thing right now on our Patreon, patreon.com/who are these podcasts, where we're doing a series called Living in the Past with Stuttering John.
It's awesome.
I downloaded 25 episodes from 2018 before the Dabbleverse existed, and we're getting to see when John got into podcasting for the first time, what it was like back then, before he was fighting me and Shuli and Anthony every day.
Inundated with comments that are nonstop, just getting ripped on.
Right.
No,
he thought he was a lot more successful back then, and he was really a big show host. He's got big things planned. It's very funny.
No, he's really, really full of himself. And there's no better John, in my opinion, than John that is so confident because he just thinks he's hot shit. And I think the Dabbleverse just knocks him down so often. It's hard for him to keep. He manages to pretend he feels that way, but he really thinks he's hot shit. He's like, it's like he's fresh off Jay Leno. He isn't, but he acts like he is.
Speaking of hot shit, my clip number 15, the way he started his show today, is he is looking good. He stopped by the hair salon.
All right.
Look at that fool.
No, he's not.
How are you today? You can tell I got my daily glaze, if you will.
Daily?
It's the glaze look.
Here's
the
a root
Johnny
color.
Mel glaze look. Cola!
This is raspberry lemonade that he's chugging
out of the bottle
from the gallon bottle.
Lemonade with raspberry, all natural. Simply lemonade. Damn good.
See how healthy I am?
Simply lemonade. You got to get it. Simply lemonade.
Gross.
He should never say that he spends money on his appearance.
I know, kidding. So, this is too perfect because today is the 22nd of the month. And so John went and what he calls the glaze. He got his hair dyed, to get the gray out of it. But there's a reason why he would do that on the 22nd of the month. And that is because
YouTube
you
money.
might know this, Drew.
YouTube money.
Every YouTuber gets paid on the 21st.
Cha-ching.
Yep. And so John's a rich man going to Supercuts.
Wait, but I thought he was already a wealthy man.
I think he had to wait until the 21st or 22nd.
Wow.
Also, I want to point out that gallon of lemonade that he's drinking, I looked it up. 110 calories per 8 ounces with 27 grams of sugar per 8 ounces. The daily recommended dose of sugar is like 50 grams for the whole day.
Oh, no.
So he's drinking all of that and more just with his raspberry lemonade.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Son of a gun.
Oh, no. Steiner's not going to like that. All right. This is a fun clip, and then I'll get into the meat of the episode. But clip 16, I call Mr. Show Business. He's talking about, he was just watching Chad Zumock on Kevin Brennan's show, Michigan's Company. And Chad Zumock went into a commercial, but it was like a native ad. He didn't say that it was sponsored, but John's too smart. He picked up on it. He's like, oh, this is a commercial.
Break the third wall, if you will. Just fucking say, I'm going to do an ad now, Kev, because I need to pay the fucking bills.
Break the third wall.
Third wall.
He knows a lot about show business. This guy went to school for film and television, got a job with Jay Leno. He's like, I know all about television. He's going to break the third wall.
Oh, John.
Just
what the fuck?
Such a boob.
Okay. Here's what's really going down in the Dabbleverse right now is, as you guys know, Vince the lawyer and John are reunited again after Vince sued John for $12.5 million. They settled out of court, and no one knows what the settlement is, but it appears that Vince now has some control over John's channel, and Vince is on every Monday with John.
Ooh.
They're, yes. It's
I didn't know
the
that.
Duke and the Dwarf, they're calling it, or something like that.
Hey, did I hear something along the way that John's paying Vince in payments?
Yeah, you already missed the first one.
Doesn't that also sound like someone who doesn't have a lot of money? I mean, it can't be that much money, can it?
Well, I heard it's $2,000 plus a percentage of super chats. And John claims it's not that much, but what is definitely true is that whatever sum of money it was, John was not able to pay it off immediately.
Oh, God.
This is ridiculous. Did Vince the lawyer only sue John for content?
Yes.
Oh, my God.
Of course. Of course he did. This is what Vince does. He's just a troll who just wants to be a part of things.
It's insane.
So what he's doing right now is, this is Vince the lawyer. As you guys probably have heard, big news at the Shuli Network, their former producer, Isso Doe, was arrested for having over 6,000 images and videos of CP. Very disturbing.
There must be a new name for the Shuli Show because he came up with the name.
Right, this is the thing that John and Vince keep saying, you got to rename your show because this guy came up with the name, The Uncle Rico Show.
Yeah, just like they renamed the Gary Glitter song Rock and Roll Part 2. Didn't they rename that?
I mean, it makes no sense. Like there aren't more children getting hurt because of this. That's really what the issue is here. You just don't want more children being exploited. So
yeah.
It's an awful thing. It's an awful thing that happened. This was Shuli's producer, also friend. They had met playing video games online together, and then he had the skills to help him produce his podcast when he left the Howard Stern show. And so Isso going away has been fodder for the people who hate Shuli. Now, it's a very tragic thing that's very disturbing for everyone involved. And so what Vince is doing is he's now trying to make it seem like Shuli is also a creep with children. So he's putting together these videos. Now, they're called the Rocco Files. He's pretending that Tukey, whose real name is Rocco, is making these, but it's Vince making these. Because everything just has to be complicated with him. Don't ask.
Well, it seems to me, are you sort of treading in the territory of defamation when you suggest someone who is not a pedophile is a pedophile? Isn't that?
Well, you know what? I'm going to play you guys the latest video that dropped because John has Rob Saul on his show, and they can't wait to watch the latest. But first, by clip 17, they bring Rob on to talk about how creepy Shuli is.
But the shitware is creepy as fuck. And to expound on that, let me bring in my man, Rob Saul. Hey, Rob, how are you, buddy?
It's me, Uncle Pito.
I heard that.
Oh, pedophile jokes.
John loves that.
Yeah, so they're taking this very seriously. Rob has a mask of what looks like could be Shuli, and he's doing a voice calling him Uncle Pito, which, you know, going back to your defamation thing, Drew, I would think probably not the smartest thing to say about someone.
No. Also, am I hearing that Rob Saul, there's something weird with him and dogs, allegedly? Have I been hearing that? I mean, is he the right guy to lead this?
This is the craziest thing. So Rob's always got this dog in his lap every time you see him, and he's constantly making out with his dog. And if I know dog owners are very close to their dogs, but the story that really broke it was the dog was having a problem. You took it to the vet, and so the vet was explaining, I guess this dog was getting erections or something. And so Rob had to like massage it in order to get it to go down.
Paraphimosis. I know all about it.
You know about this?
I know about paraphimosis because I had a dog that had it. It's where the red rocket won't go back in the sheath.
Yes.
And yeah, they do give you, they basically tell you when you take them to the vet to lube it up and do it. But I just said, you do it. I famously made my wife go buy lube, and she had to get hot dogs and lube at the store.
Great two things to buy together.
Yeah, and she's like, they were looking at me weird. It was because of paraphimosis. So I will say that condition does exist, but I would not stroke my dog. No.
But I don't think, because is the dog a male?
Well, yes, if you have paraphimosis.
Yeah, that's kind of gay.
Right, that's the problem with it.
Exactly. But so Rob brought this up?
Yeah, Rob's talked about that story, and so now everyone says that Rob has sex with his dogs, which, listen, I don't know how you define sex. Who am I to judge?
Yeah, don't kink shame.
I still think
kink shaming.
I mean, did he need to share that with the Dabbleverse?
This was before he was part of the Dabbleverse.
Oh, okay.
Found an old video. The problem with the internet, man.
Yeah, nothing goes away.
No.
Okay. All right. It's fun to get updated once in a while.
So you can see these guys are obviously very concerned about these victims of child abuse and exploitation.
No, that's great.
Yeah, you can tell they're really taking this seriously. So now they're going to watch the latest video. This is my clip 18.
So here's the title: Busted. Shuli offers to pay young boy on today's Rocco Files. I mean, could it get worse, Rob? I mean, and now there's so many observations I have on this. But first, let's just watch it. I won't stop the tape.
You want candy, kid, or some cash?
Yeah, it's 1:21. All right, so don't talk over it because it's really creepy.
What's a younger kid than 14? A younger kid than 14.
Shuli offers to pay a younger kid than 14.
Hold on, I'm paying this kid. Shut your fucking mouth.
No loss to a 10-year-old.
Okay, I'll give you your money. All right, shut up so I can give you your money.
Oh, thank you.
All right, where do I give it to? Where do I send it to?
Cash app.
Okay, what's your cash app?
Capital W.
Go ahead.
Capital K.
Go ahead.
Capital G.
Go ahead.
No loss to a 10-year-old.
Hold on, I'm paying this kid.
WKG
Shut
Capital.
your fucking mouth. Yeah, go ahead.
It's WKG Capital.
Yeah, all right, got it. All right, expect the money to come around. You're a little shit.
Ah, bitch. Shut the fuck up. You jealous that I'm rude.
You're a little shit. That's why nobody likes you. Shut the fuck up. Hey, tell your parents to listen to
So that's a video game bet. Am I right?
Yeah, so Shuli is an online gamer, and anyone who knows how that works, you play against people of all different ages. You can talk to each other over your headsets, and so you make bets sometimes, and you tell each other names and use all sorts of profanities. And so what Vince does is he makes these videos. This is one of many videos like this. And then he posts them on the Shuli's Anonymous subreddit where people don't like Shuli. And then he goes in with all of his sock accounts. He goes, wow, this is crazy. Why isn't he behind bars yet? What are they waiting for? Lock this guy up. And then people get on there and they go, wow, everyone thinks the Shuli's up to no good. And John falls for it because he's a moron.
My favorite part of that clip was John just chugging the lemonade again. During it, like twice he went back to that giant bottle of lemonade. No glass, just straight out, just chugging it.
Oh, gross.
No, I think when you're doing something like this, I mean, to suggest someone's a pedophile is pretty terrible. Like, there's not much worse. It's got to be pretty clear it's a parody.
Well, I mean, it's obviously so fake and phony,
Yeah.
and there's nothing illegal going on or anything like that. Like, anyone who knows about online gaming knows this goes on all the time.
Yeah. I just feel like, I mean, I don't think I guess the biggest problem I have with it is, first of all, it's not terribly funny. Was that really funny?
No, not at all.
He's not trying to be funny. He's trying to get John to react like this and trying to make. I mean, anyone with a brain in their head knows that Chuli's not doing anything wrong.
No.
But guys like John and Rob, people who have an agenda, are just like, this is crazy. Watch the reaction. My clip 19. Watch the reaction to what we just saw.
Oh, 19?
I believe so, right?
Oh, hang on. I got to find it. Yep, there it is. Hold on. Sorry.
What I heard.
First of all, you're cursing to a 10-year-old. Now, I can see them. Let's see how they spin this one. You know, Silent Mike could be, like John, like you never curse in front of. No. You don't fucking go online and play games with a fucking stranger, a 10-year-old. Start fucking getting his fucking Cash App and start calling him a little shit and shut the fuck up and everything else.
This is why nobody likes you.
Yeah, and tell him this is why nobody likes you.
A 10-year-old child, you're telling nobody likes him.
So you're bullying a fucking 10-year-old, you fucking asshole.
This is getting
oh
so
my
stupid.
God.
He's got such high morals.
He's the worst actor. It's not funny, and it seems like it's not parody. It seems like they're serious.
Right. It's not entertaining for anyone. And this is all Vince the lawyer's fault who's doing this now because he's the one supplying all this stuff to John, and then this is what John's content is. No one's enjoying it. He's so stupid. But yeah, he's so serious. He's just like, can you believe he was swearing at a kid? Yeah, the kid was calling Shuli all sorts of names too. That's what happens. That's what happens on these games.
No, I think you have to be very clear that something like this is parody when you're calling someone a pedophile and then you've got this investigation or whatever the fuck that was supposed to be. They seem like they're really trying to sell this, which is a good way to get to defame someone.
I would agree with you. Except for John's such an idiot. About 15 minutes later, he forgot how fired up and appalled he was. This goes on for a while. He's so upset about this. Julie's the worst person. She was behind bars. And then this happens.
And I don't know.
But I like how the 10-year-old has no respect for Shuli either. He's like, "You fucking bitch."
I know 10-year-old. Yeah, you got beat by a 10-year-old.
Yeah, you fucking bitch. Even the 10-year-old.
I know. He got bested by a 10-year-old.
Yeah, the 10-year-old.
Wait, I thought he was paying him for
wow,
sex.
What a fucking
Boy,
douchebag loser you are.
Yeah, those two next to each other. He totally forgot.
Meanwhile, the dog is in Rob's
Right.
lap.
I was gonna say, in
Rock
regards
hard.
to Rob Salt.
By the way, you're right. He's definitely doing that dog.
Oh boy.
I know. Earlier, John's going, and he's in his Cash app, like he's doing something nefarious in this guy's app or something like that. It's like he was transferring money, John. That's how that works.
He was being a good sport.
Yeah, and then they forgot 15 minutes later. They're just like, can you believe that kid was clowning Shuli? That was pretty funny. Yeah, that was pretty funny. All right.
Shuli was paying a debt, so maybe that's why it was so foreign to John. He didn't
That's a good
understand
point.
it. Yeah.
He doesn't know what that means.
Yeah.
Well, this is a really weird direction. First of all, it makes there's actual material for John's show. It's almost like there's some prep going in, which is really hard to get used to. First of all, and it takes away kind of the spontaneity, the bad spontaneity, which is unfortunate.
Wow, I don't have the clip because unfortunately I had to stop recording it and be ready for our show today. But John came up with a new song for Shuli after he was watching this, and he fails miserably. I'll play it on WATP tomorrow. It's fantastic. So there is some of that still, Drew. But yeah, it's annoying. Vince the Lawyer is ruining the Dabbleverse because he's coming in here and he's trying to turn it into like this thing where it's like there's pedophiles and whose side are you on, and all these people are getting freaked out about it. It's like, oh well, this is supposed to be fun. It's supposed to all be laughing at John and having a good time. What happened?
Yeah, I don't want to think anyone's really committing serious crimes in the
That's what
Dabbleverse.
this is about, right?
And this whole thing, I mean, the obsession with, I can't believe that the guy that named the show and they're keeping the show, the guy's a pedophile. What the fuck? Nobody would ever do that.
It's so dumb.
So if
It
you
doesn't
were,
make any sense.
if a pedophile owned a business and you made money from it, then you should give the money back if he turns out to be a pedophile later. What?
Yeah.
Because you benefited.
I don't know if you know this, Drew. You're going to get pretty embarrassed in a second here. There was a guy who worked for Google who was caught with child porn on his computer. Have you ever used Google before,
no.
Drew?
No, it's terrible.
I have.
Oh my God, you've used Google? Did you know this was going on?
No.
Oh,
I thought they would rename it if that happened.
Damn.
it's so stupid. The logic is so dumb. All right, let's end on a fun note because I have one more clip on here. What's happening is that John, because the Yankees are in the World Series, is going back to New York. And whenever John is in New York, he's got to get together with all the guys, and by guys, I mean people in his chat room, at the Belmont Tavern.
Yeah.
And so he's talking about who's going to be at the Belmont Tavern, and Vince the Lawyer is going to go. And because of that, Rob doesn't want to go because Vince the Lawyer has been saying that Rob's trying to hook up with his aunt. And unsuccessfully hooking up with his aunt.
Well, he was spending his birthday with his aunt, and so then that led to, oh my God, he's trying to nail his aunt.
Yes, correct.
It was really funny. I did hear some of that. I think it was on WATP.
Yeah, so that's pretty funny. So in my clip number 21, they're trying to figure out if both Rob and Vince can come to this dinner together. And John gets so flustered. Listen to this. This is what I love about John. He can't talk.
Courtesy of Vince, your arch nemesis lawyer.
It's not my arch nemesis. I just don't.
No, I know. I look. I mean, obviously, you're coming to, I'd rather you be at the Belmont because I offered that to you, and so
it's fine.
Oh my God!
I love when he gets flustered like that.
Oh, right on point.
Is John making a big production of the fact that he's treating everyone?
He must be. Otherwise, you don't invite everyone to a dinner. But they also talk about how his photo's up behind on the wall.
Oh God!
Like a celebrity person who comes there. So I wonder if it's comped or something.
Is he getting keychains made for this gathering as well?
No, I maybe it was WATP or maybe it was Blind Mike was talking about that with this aunt birthday thing that apparently he was adamantly saying how ridiculous, like he was really mad. And the madder you sound when you deny something like that, it sounds like there's something to it. If you just go, oh, fuck, get out of here. I mean, that's one thing, but it sounded like, was he really angry about it?
Drew, it's worse than that. He had a reason why he's not trying to hook up with his aunt. And he goes, no, you don't understand. My aunt actually raised me. She's like my mother. So there's no way I'd be trying to hook up with her. It's like, no, we didn't think that anyway. But now that you're arguing it.
You want to date your mother? That's weird.
Yeah, that's kind of weird. There's
like
also
saying,
a photo of him that leaked recently where it's Rob Saul, his aunt, and like 4 of her friends all sitting around this table. It's just bizarre.
Where do these pictures come from?
Rob's a lonely guy. He doesn't have a lot of friends.
He posts pictures of himself with his aunt and her 4 friends?
Yes, he regrets it.
Oh, boy. Yeah, the denial, the being so adamant, it's almost like saying, my aunt's not even hot. What are you talking about?
Yeah, right. She's not my type. Are you kidding me?
Oh, wow. Great stuff. Well, I can't wait to Friday. We're actually holding stuff back because Friday, we want to have the best A-plus stuff and already talking about what to do. I'm really excited about the show. And who else is coming in from out of town?
So, obviously, we're going to have Trucker Andy, producer Chris, Jenny Jingles, Lucy Tightbox, Vinny Paulino, and then we have Cardiff and Tukey and OJ, Eric Zane, as I mentioned, Annie the Review Girl. Don't even ask. It's everyone. Everyone's going to be there. I can't wait. It's going to be so much fun.
Which one is Annie the Review Girl? You've gone through a lot of review girls.
Annie is the girl who's on Wednesdays with us.
Okay. What happened to the original review girl, the one that goes like at the close?
Oh, well, that's actually Cardiff who does that. Our original review girl was Vic, who joined the Navy.
Vic, that's right. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, no, I remember
when funny. When we learned about Vic, because she was calling into our voicemail line, and we couldn't tell if it was a girl or a prepubescent boy, because she would call and just be like, "Fuck you, Carl, you suck." It was just kind of funny. So then we found out it was actually a woman. I was like, well, you should like read our reviews or something. I just wanted to get a reason to have her voice on the show, and she'd always give me a lot of shit.
Yeah, she was a body one. Yes. For sure. No, we're looking forward to the show. Can't wait. Friday night, Who These Podcasts, all you bought tickets. Here we are. It's finally here. Can't wait to see you. And the meet and greet's at, 6 o'clock?
Yeah.
At 6 o'clock. Make sure you have tickets to both the meet and greet and the main show.
Yes.
If you want to be at both of those things, please. I don't want to be running customer service again at the meet and greet.
I know. I felt so bad for you.
Who's handling Ted Williams?
Oh, yeah. We have Ted Williams coming in. That's right.
His guy's handling him.
It's an all-day job, I got to tell you. No, Ted's great. And so is Scott, who he works with. They're really friendly. And once everything's all set up. But the weird thing is, when you think everything is all clear, like, yeah, it's this date, here's the address. And then like a month later, I'm like, hey, how you guys doing? You ready for the 20th? Oh, wait, where is it again? and I feel like nothing is ever really fully verified. Or it's not like locked in. And it is.
How's it feel to be on the other side of it for once?
I know, it's weird. It's very strange. And then the other thing is when Ted gets there, it's like if he wants a Coke, he comes to me.
Yeah.
He doesn't go to the bar.
Yeah. You're his handler.
But that's okay. I like taking care of Ted.
Yeah.
I'm glad you brought that up. You reminded me. Last year, Ted Campbell was our announcer. He introduced the show and everything. And then at the end, he was all fired up. He wanted to tell some jokes.
That's right.
I want to get him up there telling jokes in between segments this year. So tell him to prepare some jokes for us.
That could be very fun. Should he have a little booth on stage or something, or a place to sit on stage?
I mean, how far away from me will it be?
Well, I mean, usually voice people are not near the talent. They're
okay. Good. All right. Perfect. Yes.
Ted wouldn't bother you. Ted's a pro.
No, Ted's great. I loved hanging out with Ted last year. It's gonna be fun.
No, it'll be great. So we're looking forward to that. And I will see you. You're going to the Wings game Thursday, right?
I am. I'm going to fly in Thursday afternoon, going down to the Wings game against the Devils. And looking forward to that. I've not been to that arena yet.
Yeah, no, it's great. You'll love it. And you want to come by here and do a segment before you head out?
Yeah, let's do that. I'll swing by on Thursday.
Cool. All right. We'll see you on Thursday, Carl.
Thanks, guys.
Have a great one.
See ya.